السلام عليكم أعزائي طلاب الصف الخامس ابتدائي مع الفيديو الخامس في اللغة الإنجليزية. As you know, we are in module 3. Last time we took comic, today we will take let's play. On page 38, let's have a look at the vocabulary first. We have 5 pictures. 5 pictures. What do you think? He is working? He is a zookeeper. Zookeeper. He cleans. Clean. And this is a cage. And this is not a policeman. He is a pilot. The pilot flies a plane. The pilot flies a plane. This is a plane. Where is the plane? In the airport. Airport. Now, listen and repeat.
Zookeeper. Zookeeper. Clean. Clean. Cage. Cage. Pilot. Pilot. Airport. Airport.
Now, look at this mini dialogue. First, listen.
1. Look and listen. Then play.
What time does Mr. Ahmed get up?
At 7 o'clock.
Now, we want to make similar mini dialogues like this. What time does? What time does? And change Mr. Ahmed to Mr. Smith, Mr. Ali. And change get up to any word, like go to bed, go home. Okay, according to this. Look at this. We have Mr. Ahmed here. Get up, go to the airport, fly his plane. Let's take the first picture. What's the time here? 7. What does he do here? He gets up. So the question will be, what time does Mr. Ahmed get up? At 7 o'clock. سنكون نفس السؤال على هذه الصورة. What time does Mr. Ahmed go to the airport? At 8 o'clock. And you draw the hands here. نرسم عقارب الساعة على الزمن الذي نقوله. 8 o'clock. عقرب الصغير هنا والعقرب الكبير هنا. Let's do this for this picture. What time does Mr. Ahmed fly his plane? At 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Let's make another dialogue for this picture, for example. What's written here? Go to bed. Go to bed. What time does Mr. Ahmed go to bed? At 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, of course. سنقوم بعمل محادثات صغيرة بنفس الطريقة ونستبدل مستر أحمد بمستر سميث. What time does Mr. Smith get up? ونقوم برسم العقارب الساعة بنفس الطريقة. تعالوا معا نكون السؤال والجواب على هذه الصورة. What time does Mr. Smith go to the zoo? At 10 o'clock. And complete. What time does Mr. Smith clean the cages and feed the animals at 9, 10, 11, as you like. Okay? Now, let's go back to the mini dialogue and listen again to the question and answer.
1. Look and listen. Then play.
What time does Mr. Ahmed get up?
At 7 o'clock.
Now move to the next activity, which is another mini dialogue, starting with what time does? What time does? But this time not about Mr. Ahmed or Mr. Smith, about your father, and you can change it. ممكن أن نستبدل your father إلى your brother, your uncle. Get up, ويمكن أن نستبدل get up بفعل آخر مثل go home, go to work, go to school, go to bed. Okay? Listen first.
2. Ask and answer.
What time does your father get up?
He gets up at 7 o'clock.
سنقوم الآن بعمل محادثة مماثلة مع استبدال العنصرين الذي تحدثت عنهم وهم الشخص والفعل. ولا تنسى هنا نزيد اس مع he, she, it. سنستبدل your father, your uncle, get up, go to work. Okay, listen. What time does your uncle go to work? He goes to work at 8 o'clock. Here you say go, and here you say goes. نستبدل your father ممكن your brother. Get up بكلمة go home. What time does your brother go home? He goes home at 2 o'clock. وقم بعمل محادثات مماثلة على أشخاص آخرين بأفعال مختلفة. Now, move to the workbook. On page 103, you will find 2 activities. The first activity is a listening one, as you can see. What are these? Clocks. And we have 5 pictures. What are we going to do? Yes, we are going to match. Match the picture with the clock. Listen. You are going to listen twice. في المرة الأولى لن أضع الإجابة وأنتظر أن يضع الطالب الإجابة في المرة الأولى قبل أن أضعها في المرة الثانية. Listen for the first time.
Workbook. Module 3. Let's play. 1. Listen and match.
1. Hassan is a pilot. He flies planes.
What time does he get up?
He gets up at 7 o'clock. 2. Kevin is a zookeeper. He cleans the cages in the morning.
What time does he go to work?
He goes to work at 9 o'clock. 3.
Mrs. Fatima cooks in the morning.
What time does Mrs. Fatima cook?
She cooks at 11 o'clock. Chicken with rice is her favourite food.
4. Ali and Abdullah are farmers. They feed their animals in the afternoon.
What time do they go home?
They go home at 6 o'clock. 5. What time do you go to bed on Thursday, Ali?
I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Now you're going to listen again, but this time I will put the answers. I hope you put the answers before me. أتمنى تكون وضعت الإجابات قبل أن أضعها. Listen again.
Workbook. Module 3. Let's play. 1. Listen and match.
1. Hassan is a pilot. He flies planes.
What time does he get up?
He gets up at 7 o'clock. 2. Kevin is a zookeeper. He cleans the cages in the morning.
What time does he go to work?
He goes to work at 9 o'clock. 3.
Mrs. Fatima cooks in the morning.
What time does Mrs. Fatima cook?
She cooks at 11 o'clock. Chicken with rice is her favourite food.
4. Ali and Abdullah are farmers. They feed their animals in the afternoon.
What time do they go home?
They go home at 6 o'clock. 5. What time do you go to bed on Thursday, Ali?
I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Now we have finished this activity. Move to the next one, which is listen the activity 1 from this activity before here and put the answers for this activity. If you can remember, look at number 1. What time does the pilot get up? At 7 o'clock. 2. What time does the zookeeper go to work? Try to remember. If you can't, we can go back and see. This is the zookeeper. What time does he go to work? 9. So what are we going to write? At 9 o'clock. You see? This is the same, but about Mrs. Fatima, who is cooking. What time does Mrs. Fatima cook? Do you remember? Let's go back and see. Here she is. She cooks at 11 o'clock. And we are going to write 11. So at 11 o'clock. What time do the farmers go home? I remember. They go home at 6 o'clock. You write at 6 o'clock. Okay? And this is the answer of number 2. The last one is Ali. What time does Ali go to bed on Thursday? At 10 o'clock. Okay? Thank you, my children, my students, and till we meet again, inshallah, to study phonics next time. شكرا لكم أعزائي الطلاب ونتقابل في الفيديو السادس إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.